Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday, so I wanted to touch base a little bit on the video I did yesterday about Hive's earnings report for Q4. There was a little question I had in there as far as the loss on sale of subsidiary. So this was from here. Let's see if we can maybe zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see it better. So I posted the question in the video if anybody knows why this loss happened here of 23.4 million. I was interested to finding that out. And luckily enough, we had a viewer, Zuzi, I don't know how to pronounce this, but they wrote, "Hi, the loss is from the Kolos data center in Norway." So I started doing some digging into it a little bit just to find out what the heck actually happened there. And here's what I was able to find. So let's see if we can zoom this in as well. So Hive Blockchain sells Kolos subsidiary to local Norwegian municipality at a substantial loss. After buying the site for millions, now it is paying to give it away to the Narvik municipality. So that's probably where the loss came from, but I'm still surprised that they actually paid money to give it back to somebody. Seems a little weird. Why not just put it up for sale for somebody else to use it or something like that? They gave it away. So Hive Blockchain Technologies has sold its Norwegian subsidiary Kolos Norway to the local municipality of Narvik. The company previously bought Kolos for almost $10 million, but now has offloaded the business, paying Narvik $200,000 to take all of the shares. So that's $10 million there plus the $200,000, so that's $10.2 million. So it should have put it on the blockchain. Kolos was launched in the middle of 2017 with aggressive plans to build a huge data center in I'm going to butcher this, I know this. Belegen, Norland. The company claimed it would build a 600,000 square meters or 6.46 million square feet co-location facility offering up to 1,000 megawatts of IT capacity. That would have been huge. That's a lot of electricity there. But project details were late, and it was never clear just how real the proposal was. After pledging to raise 350 million, the company only raised 2.5 million. So, what is that? Less than 25 million would have been 10%. So this is like 1%. In 2017, with the promise to break ground next year, but in 2018, the campus was instead sold off to Hive for 9.9 million. This was before Holmes was running the ship. The site was then set to be repurposed for cryptocurrency mining, with Hive and partner Genesis Mining promising to develop a 30 megawatt data center growing to 120 megawatts in a year. Then we have Kolos will be a flagship data center project for Hive for years to come and has the potential to expand to more than 1 gigawatts or 1,000 megawatts of green hydroelectricity consumption dedicated to blockchain infrastructure. Harry Puckrondent, past CEO and director of Hive, said at the time. So this was done by Harry at the time. Obviously, this would have been huge if it would have worked out, but there was obviously a catch here. The plan almost immediately collapsed. In December 2018, the Norwegian parliament approved a legislative bill that cryptocurrency miners were no longer subject to the relief on power consumption at the same rate as other power-intensive industries. So they weren't going to get the benefits of using a lot of electricity as other industries were going to get it. So obviously, that didn't make any more sense to them. So in March 2019, the company wrote down the land development and rights from 15 million. So we started at 10 million or 9.9 million for purchasing it. Then I guess the value went up to 50 million, wrote it down to zero. It also had to extinguish 3.1 million in loans associated with the failed project. So that would have brought it up to 18.1 million or so, which the numbers here don't really add up here, which is kind of weird. We are unfortunate that it has come to this, but glad that property has been retained by the local community so that the community can focus on developing this greenfield property for many uses, Executive Chairman Frank Holmes said. So looking at it here, we got 15 million that they wrote down, 3.1 million in loans associated with it, so that's 18.1 million. I'm guessing the other 23 million that they posted here, or was it 23.4 million? There must have been other expenses associated with it, and they just put it down as a loss here, so that's why that happened. So if that didn't happen, obviously we would have had a much better quarter for Q4. We would have had almost, what would have been close to 65 million in net income without this huge loss on the books. So if we look at the numbers here, let me see. So yeah, if we had the 23 million added to the 42 million, we would have had close to 65.9 million. And then if we look at the numbers here really quick, So here's the net income now without the loss, or with the loss on it right now. Let me see if I can zoom this in even further for you guys so you can see it better. There we go. So 42.5 million was the net income with the loss. Obviously, share price now is at 285. Market value is 1.7 billion. And shares outstanding was, I'm calculating 376 million. So the Q4 loss of 23 million, if we had that without the loss, we're looking at 65.981 million. So EPS was around 11, they said 12 cents, depending on obviously how many shares they had outstanding at the end of the quarter. So without the loss, we would have had an EPS of around 18, maybe 19 cents, which would have given us a price to earnings multiple of 20. Price would have been at 226, obviously right now at that time in Q4, and 350 if we didn't have this loss. So I just think going forward, obviously we're not going to have the same problem where they have a huge loss like that on their books. So I think the price per share, this is just my own opinion, do your own research as always, but I think the price is actually going to go up over time with once they report Q1 for 2021, which they said they're going to report, I believe, next week in the conference. And I think it's just going to be good things going forward. Obviously, this was a good time to put the loss on the books. You had a good quarter where Bitcoin was obviously up in price almost to 59,000. I think they reported with their reporting on that Q4 report. So that was a good time to just write it off, be done with it, move forward from here and learn from your mistake, obviously. So that's all I want to talk to you guys about. Let me know what you guys think of this. Obviously, this is a one-time event. I don't think it's going to be happening all the time. Better not happen all the time. But I would like to see, obviously, Hive put out more information as far as when they're getting the miners in, or more timely information instead of once a month updates. I'd like to see them put out, we got 200 miners in from Canon, we got 300 miners in from Bitmain or somebody. Just put that information out there, I think, for the investors to be a little bit more, build more confidence in the stock, right? With the coming up of value, right? So the more miners you have, the more you're able to mine, and that way investors can see the company's growing, right? So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you think. As always, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, next one's going to be the miner comparison on the Hive, Hut 8, Bitfarms, Mara, and Riot. That'll be coming out later on today as well. I just wanted to do some updated numbers with obviously the price of Bitcoin falling down. So that'll be coming out. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.